Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite series on the internet, Guess the Elo. I've done a lot of these episodes, probably close to 100. Today's episode is, shockingly, not that stupid. The games that you will see today will entertain you, and you will laugh. But hopefully you also learn something, because otherwise you would have wasted about half an hour looking at chess games on your screen. And with that in mind, I'd like to thank the Guess the Elo series partner, Surfshark. Today, I want to talk about something every chess player can appreciate: speed. Nobody likes waiting around, like waiting for your opponent to resign, or for a web page to load forever. And that is why I use Surfshark. Surfshark is one of the fastest VPNs in the world, and recently they introduced a brand new protocol called Dausos. Unlike other VPN protocols, which originally were built for businesses and then adapted to everyday users, Surfshark built Dausos from the ground up for everyday users, with a focus on the two most important things that matter: speed and security. With Surfshark running in the background, your internet connection still stays private and protected while running at the speed you need for streaming, browsing, gaming, or playing chess. Another thing I like about Surfshark is the flexibility it gives you. A VPN allows you to connect through different locations around the world. Whether you're traveling, accessing content from another region, or playing games online and connecting with people globally, Surfshark makes it easier. And Surfshark comes with a whole suite of extra tools as well. There's Alternative ID, which allows you to generate a virtual identity and email address when you don't want to give out your personal information. And then there's Clean Web, which blocks ads, trackers, and malicious websites while you browse. The best part about this is Surfshark does this all quietly in the background, and you get the benefits of better privacy, security, and flexibility while you do anything you want online. As always, a huge thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring the Guess the Elo series. You can go to surfshark.com/Gotham or use code Gotham at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. All right, let's get back to the video. Okay, guys, it's Guess the Elo time. E4. It took 3 moves. We're out of theory. Absolutely not a single YouTube video on the planet has told you to play the move C4. Not one. All right? Not one. Not a single person. I don't know what C4 is, but it doesn't really matter. Bishop G4, powerful. Knight C3. All right, we're taking some space. The problem is you now have a massive gap in the middle of the board. Okay, that is also a bad square because the bishop is blocked now. Okay, that's a good move. That's good. Knight back. Knight back. Knight back. Uh-huh. Solid. Okay, it's a very locked position, so what's going to happen? Riveting stuff here. Riveting stuff here. Great chess being played. Will white spot the pawn is hanging? Uh-huh. Okay. Bishop C2? Okay, I'm getting... Wow. Bishop C2, top move of the computer. And then you take, and win a pawn. And then are you going to take on F6? Will you take on F6 at some point? Queen C3. Infiltrate with the queen. What is going on in this game? You almost trap the bishop. You trade the queen. What? Okay, misses that. What? Now you go queen G8. No. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube doesn't know that there was another episode just before this one with by far the most insane guesses that I've ever seen and ultimate reveals. We're starting like, what is this? And I think this is an intermediate game with just very poor opening choices. Like, I think you need to be at least like 1400 to start improvising your own openings in the beginning of the game. I think you have to be a degree of arrogant to play some random thing like this. All right? And then it was fine. Then it was just like a maneuvering game. Black went for queenside play. I mean, to spot, like, bishop c2 is insane. Bishop c2 to keep the position closed like this. Winning a pawn instantly, grinding down the opponent. This is a weird opening, but I feel like the players are extremely high rated. And then it's just like, what level do you have to be to not play this? Like, I can see this being missed, like, randomly. But bishop c2 backwards bishop move? I'm going to say 1200. It could be low time. It could be low time. It could be low time. Okay. So here are my guesses. Either this is a game... No. I'm guessing 1400, but if this position was reached with low time... Because I don't know if this was rapid or not. However, if there was low time at the end, I'm guessing 1900. Because as a 2000, even with low time, you should play d6 instantly. So, those are my guesses. I just don't know, all right? Time trouble, it can happen. All right, I'm not the one who played the game. $1,300. And the move d6... Six minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. 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 I said 1400, right? Did I say 1300 or 1400? What did I say? Did I say 13 or 1400? And then I said if it's low time, it's probably 1800. Yeah, I think I said 1400. Yeah, 1330 makes sense. Yeah, 1400. Makes sense. Makes sense. But you know what's insane? This is the top computer move. And then d6. Oh, wow. Yeah, you have to have a degree of arrogance to just, like, play random crap in the beginning of the game that... This is just such a weakening move so early for no reason. There is no point to do this to yourself. But again, you're high rated enough that you're like, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Openings don't matter, or whatever. So, anyway, all right, yeah, I thought I said 1400. Okay. D4, Gotham sub, game number 2, Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit accepted. By the way, one of the best ways to play against the Queen's Gambit is the Queen's Gambit accepted. If you guys don't know, I know I promote a lot of stuff, so it might get a little confusing. However, this is free. There are 3,000 of you. I imagine maybe 10% of you here have a Chessly membership and you pay for it, maybe less. Everybody here, if you go to chessly.com, okay, chessly.com, sign up, free trial, you don't need a credit card, go to QGA, Queen's Gambit Accepted course on Chessly, and learn the lines. You will slaughter people. Literally. Slaughter. Like, QGA is one of the trickiest, because after e4, the best move for black, and on YouTube, and this will have like 400,000 or 500,000 views on YouTube. If everybody on YouTube did that, you would change your life. Because the move e5 is met at amateur level with d5 so frequently, and this position happens so often, and black is immediately better. Immediately better. Knight takes b5 is met with knight takes e4, followed by bishop here, castles. Like, this is a very common thing that happens. Bishop before check, they already have to play king f1. Like, it's so bad for white. White just gets such a bad position so quickly. This is only if you know what to do. But clearly, black doesn't know what to do, and white just gets a completely dominant position, all right? QGA is so good. It's so good. It's so good. And, like, look, black is just worse now. And now white can just get a free roll. And now with white, you go e5. If you've watched the slow run enough, you know you have to blow up the position here, right? Bishop g5. Fine, good move. Yeah, you blunder a pawn, but you're so much better here that it doesn't even matter. Rook e1. Rook e1 is an amazing move. I don't know if you blundered knight takes c3. I don't know if you just, like, completely, you knew it was the best move. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you take the queen, bishop c8 is actually, like, not over. Wait a minute. The best move is this. The best move is not even to get into all of that. Oh my goodness. Knight takes queen, bishop takes c8, check here. Now you can move the bishop and, like, try to checkmate black. Okay, that's awful. Just h6 and king h7. Black just allows rook e8 check. And now the knight, oh my goodness, what is going on? Oh my goodness, h6, now you gotta get out. Wait, you can't get out. h6, you can't get out. Rook f8, king h7, bishop f5, g6, rook f7. Oh my goodness. So black has to sacrifice the rook, probably? Okay, this happened, but now you're just gonna lose g6, and you don't take with the rook, you take with the bishop, and then it's mate! Oh, if you take with the bishop, it was mate on the next move. And then you trade, and white is just winning. Unbelievable. And now black is gonna lose, because black actually has to go here or here. Black cannot get walled in on the last rank of the board. Black gets walled in on the last rank of the board. It's mate. It's mate. Oh, блядь. Oh, блядь. Yo, can we just say, you gotta be pretty damn good to come up with bishop takes e6, bro. I mean, bishop e6, white must have spotted bishop e6, knight d1, bishop c8. Like, probably that's what white spotted. And was like, yo, there's no way to get out of this position. But it just doesn't work because, you know, and that's called calculation, because you look at this and you're like, oh, well, if this, but they don't have to do that, and then you're just losing. But maybe they thought takes queen e1, which is actually completely unclear. And then you're hanging the knight and this, and black's only move is to castle or play c5 and just lose the knight, which is... Okay, so is this another overperformance? Or what? Is this a player with black that didn't know the opening? I mean, rook e1 is the top move of the computer. This is obviously an insane gamble, but it worked. And, like, black here needed to make room immediately. You had to escape off the back rank. So, okay. So I'm thinking this is an intermediate with black that just hasn't checked out the Queen's Gambit accepted course on Chessly, right? You just play Queen's Gambit accepted, you immediately get a bad position, and then white just absolutely destroys you. Bishop e6, what level do you have to be to come up with bishop e6? And then how bad does the opponent have to be at defending that here, you know, they don't realize that they need to get off? And then even here, like g6, like why not h6? Why not h6? Guys, if you're ever trying to run away from an attack, your escape square has to be the other color of the bishop. This is wisdom right here. Okay? You cannot go here. This will end poorly. Your escape squares are the same color as the bishop. So... my guess is... Queen's Gambit accepted, played by black, played it poorly, didn't really know what they were doing. White sacrificed the pawn, opened up the center. I gotta say, like, 1600. 16 to 1700 is my guess. I mean, I just think it's way too high-level chess to be anything lower than that. I think it's probably like 1600. I mean, I think 1200 is just too low. I just think it's too low. All right, let's see. Last game was 1300. This game is... 1122? 1122 played like that. What? Wow. The estimate of chess.com, do you guys see that? 1650. I said 16 to 1700, and it thinks black played like a 400. Okay, you know what? I'm exonerated, bro. 16 to I said 16, 1700. It's 1650. I really don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, if you're playing like a 1650 and I say 16 to 1700, and then it says your opponent is a 400, come on, bro. I mean, 1120? Get out of here, bro. Come on, man. That's nuts.
Wow, black is a 400. Is this the biggest disparity we've ever seen? It literally thought black was like a walrus. I mean, this thing literally just said white is a 1650 and black is like has the capability of like a sea animal. I mean, that's messed up, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh man. As a 400 player, take offense? Don't take offense, just get better, bro. Don't play like a walrus. I mean, walruses are smart, I think. Anyway. I've been enjoying those sea lion videos where the sea lion gets bonked on the head and then it just goes, you know? They're very funny. Anyway. So that's that. Okay. That was my sea lion impression. English opening. Wow. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is going to be real stuff right here. This is some good stuff right here, boys and girls. Knight f6. Wow, bishop b4, and then you're going to take the knight and put the pawn on the dark square and develop the light squared bishop and play queen d7, short castle, f4 with an attack, and maybe bishop h3. Is that what's going to happen in this game? Okay, you need to take, because if you don't take, your bishop's just going to become a target, even though white played very well. If white plays knight d5, you're in severe trouble. Yeah, knight d5 here is a major issue. Okay, so the opponent doesn't quite understand. And also, like, you put the knight there to take, dude. Okay, so these are people who play the English, and they're arrogant enough to play the English. Look, playing the English opening is arrogant. It's arrogant. Because what you guys have to understand is e4, d4 make up 90% of the openings. Once you start going, I like to play the English because, you know, Fian Cato, my bishop, and I control the center. Did you know the English opening? It's called the flank opening. It's a non-standard way for white to put pressure on the opponent. Like, when you guys start talking like that, that's what an average English player sounds like. But you don't know that the whole purpose is to then put the knight on the square. Just imagine being such a buffoon that you have three pieces controlling something in the middle of the board, and you don't actually put the piece there. Okay, knight b4 is just idiotic. I don't know what this move is, Gotham sub. What are we doing? We gotta, like, finish up our development, brother. Okay. This position is a perfect example. Guys, stop. We're not even joking anymore. Okay. This position is a perfect example of what prevents an intermediate player from becoming an advanced player. Pawn to d4. How can you decide whether to take, push, or just protect your pawn in 5 seconds? 5 seconds. What I have noticed is that people at 1500 are not getting any higher rated. And you're going to hear me talk about this a lot because I've done a lot of research on games over the last few months. Intermediate players who are trying to become advanced at 2021 and 2200 transform the position the wrong way. They transform the position the wrong way. That is the single biggest thing preventing them from getting to 1800, 1900, 2000. A transformation can be a move, a trade. There are 2 bishops on the board. They like open lines. You have to go here. You block both bishops. The difference between this and taking the pawn is nearly 5x. 5x difference. Now, white doesn't play the best move, but it doesn't even matter. And now you play rook b8, and it's +2 in the span of 3 moves. This is preventing you from becoming a better player. And now the knight has to go there. And now white is winning a pawn. And now you're repositioning, knight e4. Now white's just much better. White's going to clear out the center. You're doing your best, but now you've created another weakness. f3. White should just play f3, kick your knight away, take your pawn. Okay, white missed it. Little tactical sequence, right? f3, kick out the knight. White should still play f3. You retreated for no reason. I don't know why you retreated. Rook d1 for white is just really good. So I'm getting the sense of like 11-1200 game. This is what I'm getting the sense. Because the positional decision-making is poor. h4, I don't know, pushing pawns forward castled. Black is doing a good job surviving. Still black is worse. Okay, white just like almost hung everything. Rook takes rook has to be played now. Okay, but now you have too much activity. There's the counterplay. And now you're like almost winning. And wow, C2 is cool. That's a nice move. Okay, so white completely lost the plot. And then you did a very nice job controlling the game. Maybe you're not 1200, maybe you're a little higher, but you're still not at the level of book 3. You need book 3. This is exactly a person that needs book 3. All right. So Gotham sub played in English, played pretty well. There were, first of all, there were no blunders in this game. There were no blunders in this game, which is a massive, massive sign. Now, what can we say? There were no blunders. You lost the pawn. White missed a couple chances, and then you kind of played and played and played, and nobody really blundered anything, but white didn't really convert the position. By the way, white converting winning positions. Guys, converting winning positions. Chapter 7 of this book is I literally opened it to chapter 7. An entire chapter on converting winning positions. When you're up material, dominant position, simplifying into an endgame, or something along those lines, converting winning positions, all right? Now, I don't think this is below 1400. If it is below 1400, I will be very impressed. So I'm thinking in this game, from the poor transformations, from the poor ability by white, like there was a couple of things in this game. For example, bishop c6, no. Bishop c6, and in this position, sorry, bishop c, like never play knight c3 here. Why are you playing knight c3? Bring the rook. You have a rook that hasn't moved yet. So I think black's ability to defend and then ultimately persevere, I'm thinking 1500. I'm thinking like 14. I'm going to make like a crazy guess here. And if they're above 1500, I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to say 1470 is my guess. 1470 is my guess in this game. Here we go. Is it 1470? Or is it high 1300s? It was in English. Black traded in the middle. Yeah, I'm going to say 1470. That's my guess. 1470 is my guess. Here we go. Okay. I'm disappointed. However, black Gotham sub is 1700. I said 1470. White is 2000. For white not to convert this position, did they get into time trouble? Wow. Wow. Oh, they got into time trouble. That's what happened. Okay, that, you know, that kind of makes sense. That actually makes sense. Time pressure makes a fool out of everybody. Playing this position 140 on the clock is bad. Hey, 1700, you did really well on the clock. The clock is a piece. Very good job. Now, what does Game Review say? You actually played very well now that I'm considering everything and, you know, you're higher rated. I think you played overall... You were the 2000, your opponent was 1750. But I'm very disappointed in how you both played. I am disappointed. So as a 1700, see, even the 1700, do you know what rating this book goes up to? 1700. You know what the next book is? 1700 to 2000. Our 1700 rated player is not going to get past 1700 if they keep making moves like pawn takes d4. It's just not going to happen. Book 3 starts at 1700. I tried new opening this game. Okay, that kind of also makes sense. Anyway, you never in a million years open the position for a person that has the bishops. You know what I'm saying? You got to go here. You don't even think about it. You have to play a move like this. You have to wall out the bishops, you know? It's not even that you're making an outpost square. Book 2 talks about outpost squares. This is not an outpost square. Why is this not an outpost square? Because then I can just be traded, all right? And then it's not, you know. By the way, what's the best move after knight f4? You see the best move according to the computer? You gotta block the bishop. You are playing against the opponent's pieces. There you go. Anyway, game 4. High-level game. That was a good game. I undersold you because I thought you both underperformed. I thought you were like 14 because you're... But maybe I should have went a little higher. But seeing that you did that to a 2000, bro, it doesn't matter. You won the game. Doesn't matter. Chesley app, hoping to get it out in the next month. Okay, e4. Nice. a3 Sicilian. Fan favorite. Okay, black doesn't fall into any traps, but just gets a really bad position. Dude, I would just go f4, e5. I wouldn't even... Okay. Close the center. Good. We close the center. Queen b6. Oh. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
And look, I hate to keep doing this, guys, but do you know where pawn play is covered? Chapter 2. Every time you make a move in chess, and especially when you make a move with pawns, you stop protecting certain things. B5 gives away so much activity to black that is unnecessary. It's just, Rook B1. Simple move. This is the best move because then you go here next and you kick out the queen and it can't protect this pawn. This is already nearly lost for black because you go here, and you just take and huge advantage for white. But I digress. B5, black immediately gets activity. I don't care if this is an inaccuracy according to the computer. And now you get confused in a close position and you put your bishop on a square where not only is it under a fire, you just lose a pawn. And black doesn't even take it. Oh my goodness. Okay, now black takes it, and it's the wrong moment because now you're losing the piece. Oh my god. But it's not the end of the story because after queen d3, e4, you have to keep your bishop protected and you will lose this rook. Okay, but of course white is winning. 2 bishops for a rook is... 2 bishops are better than a rook about 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10. Oh, that just goes... Oh, man. That is so unnecessary. That is so unnecessary. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Queen e6 is just... It's not even a good move. You just lose the queen and you're trying to go pawn to e7. And to be honest with you, I don't even see how to defend against this. Because you can go d5, bishop d5, and then I don't even know, e7? I guess you have to play h5? No, but you're going to lose everything. I don't know. This is so utterly... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Rook f7, e8, queen, queen h8, mate. King h7, pawn takes. Honestly, you should just make a knight for memes. But it just... Wow. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say. Obviously, you could have just went here. But to even have the understanding that if you sack the queen and open the 2 bishops... Look, you're either a 700 who used the engine, or... Well, you play the a3 Sicilian, right? And you had an opponent who deviated pretty early against you. And then they, you know, like knight d7's weird. That's a weird move. I don't know. I guess they didn't want to get hit with this move. And then basically it's like, okay, you played very well. And then what does your level have to be to play b5? Like what do you have to be to play b5, right? And allow knight c5? And then how bad does the opponent have to be not to see knight e4? These are really the questions, yeah? And then they saw it on the next move. But they blundered the counter tactic. Last game was 1700. Last game had no blunders. This game had oversights. This game definitely had some oversights. But then you sacked your queen. So are you a 1300 who sacrificed their queen, or black is a 2000 and you're 2000, and black is a 2000 that didn't see knight takes e4? What do I go with? Do I go with a person who saw that they can sacrifice their queen and open up 2 diagonals and then sack their rook and won a brilliant game? Or do I go with black not taking on e4? The average is the same guess as last time. I think the queen sack deserves a little more praise, and I think black missing something deserves... I think it's like 1600. I'm going between 16 and 1700 again. 16 and 1700, final answer. White is a 1700 player that found a queen sacrifice. 1400. 1400 versus 1950.
Same flag. Did you play your friend or what's going on here? The rare same flag game in a Guess the Elo episode. What's going on here? What's going on? Y'all know each other? I mean, I don't think two people with the same flag guaranteed to know each other, but I haven't had a same flag game in a long time. So I'm gonna need an explanation for this one. Friendly game where you just sack the queen and punch the opponent in the face and... Alright, fine. 1400. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many idiots posting their game links in the chat. I mean, it's just unbelievably stupid. Anyway, last game of this Guess the Elo. I mean, you guys posting your links are just idiots, man. Like, YouTube can't even see them. Oh, they can. YouTube, do you see this? It's been 30 minutes of these people posting their games. Bro, somebody just asked in the chat, is this live on Twitch? There's a dude who got a username named Levy1v1me, and he's spamming 1v1 requests. Like, we have 9-year-olds in the stream, bro. Like, this is crazy. Parents, you gotta monitor what your children are doing, man. I mean, guys, what is going on? The games have been selected for 40 minutes. I mean, crazy, man. Just absolutely crazy stuff going on. All right. Last game, I finished my banana. Let's go. Vienna Gambit. Beautiful. Vienna Gambit declined the wrong way. Pawn takes. Knight takes. Nice. E5. Oh. I sound like a baby pooping. Now it works. Beautiful. Free. Take that knight first. I would take this knight first, man. I would take this knight first. Okay. Clean. Nice. Absolute demolition. Love a nice little Vienna slaughter. Knight f6. Knight d5. Knight f4. Knight d5. Knight f4. King f5. Let's go. King hunt. Let's go. Let's go. King hunt to the other. Oh, he blocked a check with a check. Oh my goodness, the rare check. And now king g2, rook h2 is mate. Okay, everybody knows when you have mate in one, look for better. Oh my goodness. Bang! Bang! Tie game! Oh my goodness. Jalen Brunson from way downtown. Oh, wow. That was the fastest Guess the Elo game I've ever had to review. Man pulled up with the Vienna Gambit. They didn't know what to do. He didn't win the knight. He won the knight on the next move and just absolutely... Bro, he beat this dude like he owed him money. Like, this man... They could have repeated moves here, by the way. But it only would have been twice. And then... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just absolutely eviscerated. Not even close. Not even remotely competitive. And now we gotta think, what level do you have to be to not know this as black, to not spot this? It was a really vicious game. I'm just gonna guess. I'm not even really gonna think about it. I'm just vibing. I don't think it's 1700. Somebody just wrote 1700. That is absolutely bananas. I have a feeling it's probably like 700. I think this is a solid 700 game. The Vienna, 800. 770 is my guess. All right. 770 who studied the course, and black got absolutely slaughtered. Here we go. Like low 800, high 700. All right. If my guess, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's my guess. 800. My guess is 800. And the final guess is 679. Incredible. And that shows you the power of the Vienna and the power of friendship. 680 rated player absolutely demolishes their opponent. Absolutely eviscerates their opponent. Game review is going to say they played like a 2000. Read it and weep. 1400 is the game review. I mean, bomboclat. This is like exactly why you study the Vienna, because it makes you feel so powerful. This makes you feel so smart. Oh my goodness. The Vienna is it's just like power in your veins, man.